Hello friends, welcome to HeartScapes. I'm glad you're here. You're watching this video because you've chosen to connect with us in some way, either here on this YouTube channel or by signing up for our newsletter or taking a class, and we're grateful to have that connection. The work of HeartScapes operates at the intersection between self-reflection, spiritual practice, and social action. In other words, we are for folks who are interested in navigating the pathways between our internal experience and our external lives, learning to lead and live and love increasingly from the inside out and from the wholeness of our true self. Now, I want to be clear that when we talk about true self, for us, this is not some flowery notion focused only on love and light, although those are certainly components. The journey to remembering the wholeness of our true self is one that navigates all aspects of ourselves, including those difficult and shadowy places that perhaps we'd rather not go. But it is so important that we choose to take that journey and to do so in a space of support and accountability so that we can fully experience our connection to life, to each other, to the joy of remembering ourselves and our purpose, and to heal the behaviors and systems of oppression and injustice that are born out of those hurt places inside of us. Now, there are many wonderful practices for doing this kind of work. For us, we've chosen to center our practice and our teachings on the system of Reiki, taught from the perspective of the Japanese origins of that system. This is simply because we find this practice as the core system for navigating the journey home to ourselves to be just an incredibly accessible and elegant and effective practice for doing the work of personal and social transformation. I'll share in future videos a little bit more about what Reiki is, what it means to practice Reiki from the perspective of the Japanese origins, and why we've chosen to do so. But for now, we want to just give you a little taste of it as our way of welcoming you and orienting you to this space. In a moment, I'll lead you through a breathing meditation practice that is foundational to the system of Reiki, on which the rest of the system really is built. It's a simple practice that combines breath work and visualization to draw us into our bodies, into our center, bring about an experience of deep grounding and reconnection to ourselves and to the web of life around us. In Japanese, this practice is called Joshin Kokyuho and translates as a method to focus the mind. And where are we focusing our mind? On the physical and energetic center of our bodies, an energy center known in Japan as Hara. The energy center is the first of three that are central to the system of Reiki and to the Japanese spiritual traditions on which this system was built. So let's get started. So I'll guide you through this practice and then we'll stay in it for a few moments before ending. If you wish, you can certainly stay and practice for as long as you like. Just pause the video until you're ready to complete. And so I'm just going to invite you at this time to settle yourself in a position that feels supported, a position where you can feel both relaxed and alert. So often that means a position that allows our back to be straight without kind of efforting to hold ourselves tight. We don't have to be rigid in any of these practices. In fact, it does not serve us to be rigid inside of any of these practices. So just let your body settle into a position that feels supported and alert. And you can let your eyes either close or be just focused gently, kind of in a soft way on something in the distance or something that you find beautiful. And for these first few moments, just really take a moment to pay attention to your posture, to how you're sitting. Anytime we sit intentionally in practice, it's an opportunity to just check in with ourselves and really ask what our body is needed. Sometimes that's a little stretch of the neck, sometimes that's a breath, sometimes it's some water. Just really paying attention to those small details on how you can be settled in yourself, really, is what it comes down to. So just taking a couple of breaths to do that. And we're going to spend the first few moments of this practice first really finding this energy center, this hara. So I'm going to invite you to begin to pay attention to the rhythm of your breath without trying to alter it or change it. Just notice the rhythm of it in and out of the body. And as you rest your attention on the breath, just let the breath invite deeper relaxation in the body with each cycle. In particular, intentionally resting the belly, allowing it to expand with the breath and contract with the breath. Noticing if you're holding your belly tight, as we often are in the habit of doing, and just consciously relaxing it as much as you can in this time, while continuing to keep the back relaxed and straight. This combination of a straight back and a relaxed belly really allows us to ease into our body and allows the breath to flow. And so on your next inhale, I'm going to invite you to follow the breath inside, resting your attention on the movement of the breath into the body and down into the lungs. And follow it down, 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 as if it could come all the way to the low belly. And I invite you to place a hand at the low belly, just below your belly button, as a way of focusing the mind. And with the next few breaths, you're going to practice finding this energy center, the hara, that lies about 2 inches below the belly button and deep into the center of the body. And just taking a few breaths on either visualizing or sensing, imagining, feeling with your hand this place. Noticing it as the center of gravity of your body. And continuing to breathe in a way that is easy and relaxed. Inviting the breath low in the body to join your hand at the low belly. And now on your next cycle of breath, I invite you to imagine, to visualize, or perhaps just to sense that at this center, at this hara point, there lies a bright light, a spark of life that is you. And that burns here at the center of the velvety darkness of your body. Just allow yourself to imagine this spark of life here in the center of your low belly. And each time you inhale, imagine it glowing a little bit brighter. And as you continue in this way, on your next cycle of breaths, again, imagine that as you inhale, this light grows brighter. And as you exhale, that light begins to expand in all directions, like a sphere growing bigger and brighter. And it expands until your whole body is filled with this light. And that light continues to expand with the breath to fill you and surround you. And we'll follow this breath pattern for a few moments. As you inhale, that light grows brighter. As you exhale, it expands in all directions like a sun or a moon. And it fills and surrounds you with light. And just sit in this pattern, this visualization for a few moments. We'll be together in silence. And as you continue to breathe in this way, imagining the glow of your light expanding to fill and surround you, begin to notice that this glow of light overlaps with the sphere of the earth, which also has a bright spark of life at her center, the bright and fiery core of the earth, which expands energy in all directions, feeding all life on this planet. And for your next few cycles of breath, just imagine, rest your attention on this overlap between your energy and the earth's energy. Continuing to follow the breath in and down to your center, connecting with your own spark of life, and then expanding that spark in all directions to fill you, to surround you, and to connect you to the web of life that's all around. And we'll breathe this way for 3 more cycles of breath. And on your next cycle of breath, follow the exhale up from your center, back up to the head, to your eyes. I invite you to open your eyes if they've been closed. Perhaps put a hand on your body. Bring yourself back to the room. Have a drink of water if it's handy. It's always a beautiful way to bring yourself back from a meditation. And I invite you just in these next few moments to notice what's happening inside your body and your mind and your emotions. Just take a moment to notice how you feel. It's a really valuable practice to journal after being in a practice like this to help track your experiences over time. So I would welcome you to do that. And I want to just thank you for joining me in this practice, for this introduction to our work here at HeartScapes. We're building this work, we're building this collection of teaching videos, and we would really love and value your input on them. So we welcome you to share questions or comments below or over email. And if you appreciate what we're up to here at HeartScapes, we would love to welcome you back as a subscriber. So I'll sign off now in gratitude and connection. Until next time.